Welcome back. Today, we're going to dive deep into a concept that many of us have been taught to view with suspicion: selfishness. It's a word that conjures up all sorts of negative images: greed, disregard, someone who only thinks about themselves. And yet, what if we approached it differently? What if we could actually leverage a healthy kind of selfishness to radically transform our lives and even improve our relationships? In today's video, we'll look at what it really means to be selfish in a positive sense, compare it to the benefits and pitfalls of altruism, and show why a balanced approach to both can lead to a life of greater fulfillment and authenticity. By the end of this video, you may walk away with a new perspective on how putting yourself first can actually be the best thing you can do for those around you too. Let's start with a fundamental question. What is selfishness? Selfishness, at its core, is a focus on one's own needs, goals, and desires. It's about placing oneself at the center of one's own priorities, but not necessarily to the exclusion of others. The concept is often misunderstood because we're conditioned to think that selfishness automatically means harming others or ignoring their needs. However, there's a difference between selfishness and what we might call self-centeredness or narcissism. Self-centeredness implies a total disregard for others, where one's actions directly harm or overlook the well-being of those around them. Healthy selfishness, on the other hand, is simply the practice of recognizing and honoring one's own needs, creating boundaries, and choosing actions that align with personal goals. So, why has society taught us to fear selfishness? Much of it stems from cultural values that idealize sacrifice and selflessness. We're often raised with messages that promote altruism as the highest virtue, giving until it hurts, putting others first, and valuing the happiness of others above our own. And while altruism has its benefits, the issue arises when people adopt a pattern of giving that leaves them drained, unfulfilled, and eventually resentful. This constant self-sacrifice, while noble in the short term, can take a toll over time, leading to burnout and even mental health struggles. Essentially, a life built purely around altruism without the counterbalance of self-care becomes unsustainable. Let's contrast this with healthy selfishness. Imagine you're a person who's constantly putting everyone else's needs first, whether that's at work, in family relationships, or in friendships. Over time, you may find yourself exhausted, worn down, and even disconnected from your own goals. You start to lose a sense of who you are because so much of your energy has been spent catering to others. Now, introduce healthy selfishness into the picture. Instead of always saying yes, you begin to evaluate requests based on your energy levels and personal priorities. Instead of feeling obligated to attend every gathering, answer every call, or meet every expectation, you start setting boundaries that protect your well-being. This shift not only helps you recharge and maintain your own sense of identity, but also allows you to show up for others in a more genuine, supportive way when you do choose to engage. Let's dig into why this kind of selfishness can actually be a positive force. The first major benefit is self-preservation. Taking care of yourself, meeting your own needs, and protecting your mental and physical energy create a foundation for resilience. Think of it this way: if you're constantly giving, your resources deplete over time. But when you make space for yourself, whether through rest, hobbies, or personal growth activities, you build up your reserves. This enables you to handle life's challenges with a clearer mind and a stronger sense of purpose. You're able to face obstacles not with a feeling of resentment or exhaustion, but with confidence and inner strength. Now let's take a look at the other side of the coin: altruism. Altruism, or selflessness, involves giving to others without expecting anything in return. It's a trait that strengthens relationships, fosters empathy, and builds community. Imagine a society where no one gave to each other, where everyone operated only for themselves. that society would lack compassion and the sense of connection would diminish. Altruism is essential for the health of any group as it creates bonds, trust, and mutual support. Think of all the positive effects that come from selfless acts: volunteering, helping a friend in need, or simply offering a listening ear. These acts of kindness and support are what enable communities to thrive. However, altruism comes with its own risks when it becomes excessive. There's a phenomenon known as altruistic burnout, where people who continually sacrifice for others begin to experience fatigue, resentment, and even a loss of identity. Constantly putting others before yourself can lead to a sense of being unappreciated, unseen, or undervalued. While society celebrates those who give selflessly, it often overlooks the consequences of chronic self sacrifice. People who are always giving may start to feel they have nothing left for themselves. This can be particularly challenging in caregiving roles, whether that's caring for a family member, working in a helping profession, or being a highly empathetic friend. These individuals often reach a point where they feel emotionally drained and unable to continue, which paradoxically limits their ability to support others. So, how do we find a balance between selfishness and altruism? This is where the concept of self compassion comes into play. Self compassion is about treating yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer a friend. It's not just about putting yourself first, it's about recognizing that your well being is a priority. Self compassion allows you to approach life with a sense of balance, where you respect your own needs and honor your limits. By practicing self compassion, you can make choices that support your happiness without feeling guilty. It's a mindset shift from seeing self care as selfish to seeing it as necessary. Consider how self compassion changes the way you interact with others. When you're kind to yourself, you're more likely to extend that kindness outward. Think of it as a ripple effect. You become more patient, understanding, and empathetic because you're not acting from a place of depletion. Self-compassionate individuals are generally more emotionally available because they haven't sacrificed their own needs in the process. They're able to engage in genuine acts of altruism without expecting validation or appreciation because they already have a healthy foundation of self-worth. Now, let's talk about practical ways to incorporate healthy selfishness into your life. Start with setting clear boundaries. Boundaries are a form of self-respect and an acknowledgement of your limits. They help you preserve your energy and protect your mental well-being. Begin by identifying areas in your life where you feel overextended or taken advantage of and set boundaries that protect those areas. This could mean saying no more often, limiting your availability for certain activities, or taking breaks when you need them. Remember, setting boundaries isn't about rejecting others. It's about creating a sustainable way for you to engage with them without compromising your own health. Another way to practice healthy selfishness is to invest in personal growth. Whether it's learning new skills, pursuing a passion, or engaging in self-reflection, personal growth activities enrich your life and give you a sense of purpose. When you grow and develop as an individual, you bring new perspectives and insights to your relationships, which can benefit others as well. Personal growth isn't just about reaching personal goals. It's about becoming a more fulfilled and capable person, which ultimately enhances your interactions with others. Finally, let's explore how balancing selfishness and altruism can lead to a more authentic life. Authenticity means living in alignment with your values, desires, and boundaries. When you balance your own needs with the needs of others, you create a lifestyle that feels true to who you are. You're no longer acting out of obligation or guilt, but from a place of genuine connection and choice. Authenticity allows you to be honest about what you want, what you need, and what you're willing to give. It enables you to build relationships based on mutual respect and understanding, where both parties feel valued and appreciated. In conclusion, selfishness and altruism are not opposing forces, but complementary ones. Altruism strengthens our connections with others, while healthy selfishness ensures that we're caring for ourselves in a way that's sustainable. By embracing both, you create a balanced, fulfilling life where you're able to give freely without losing yourself in the process. So, the next time you're tempted to put yourself last, remember that a little bit of selfishness can go a long way. It might just be the key to living a life that's not only meaningful for you, but also enriching for those around you. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need a reminder that a little selfishness can go a long way. See you in the next video.